Hello, welcome to Pure Soul Alchemy. I'm Gabriela Espinosa, and I'll be taking us through a psychic surgery treatment for the next 20 minutes. It's most beneficial if you can lay down and relax and close your eyes while receiving the treatment. Pure Soul Alchemy is a transmission of channeled shamanic operations. Through my perception and my vocalization of what I'm perceiving on the inner energetic grid, we are opened in ways which allow these technologies to come into our physical reality and enact change on your behalf. Allow your mind to relax into the words and phrases that come through without focusing too much on meaning or interpretation or how does this apply in my life. Just simply notice any attempts by your mind to try to hold on to them and let them go, and let yourself go into the healing transmission of what is being said. And if you fall asleep, that's great. It's quite helpful if you can replay this session often afterwards to deepen its healing effects and take the healing further. And if you find this session helpful, please share, give it a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button and the bell so you'll be alerted about new sessions as they come up. So this session today is a shamanic treatment to assist you in liberating your mind and your thinking processing ability. When negative thoughts loop and old trauma-based thought warps are engaged, our creative thinking can get hijacked and derailed from its most positive and beneficial direction. This session today brings in powerful operations to assist you in redirecting and reclaiming your thought processing ability, bringing you into alignment with manifesting the best outcome for you. This session also works great in tandem with the latest group session, Decontamination, and you can find the link to that in the description below if you're interested. So before listening to this session, in your mind's eye, connect to those times where you experience negative thinking that behaves like a runaway train. Visualize yourself successfully getting off those trains and easily and effortlessly manifesting the life that you want. Bring this to the forefront of your awareness as you receive these alchemy applications. So now go ahead and rest, lay down, relax, close your eyes. Take a few deep, slow breaths. As you are deeply breathing, feel into your body. Notice where you feel any sensations or no sensations. And envision your breath reaching these areas and filling them with life force, vitality, joy, hope, and an optimal vision for the future. Allow this to continue as we go through our session. All right, so we're going to begin by connecting with our divine physical and non-physical intelligence to align completely with our own core essence. Aligning with the fundamental and essential aspects of ourselves, aligning with the earth, the sun, the moon, with our own Mother, Father, God self, with our own inherent creator self, and a right placement in the universe. The purest healing source within us is our own deepest aspect. We agree to serve as our own healing agent and to serve from and as our own ultimate inner counsel, the all that I am. We now invoke, welcome, and receive our beloved Mother and Father God to exact their loving, divine, blessed grace directly into our healing proceedings today. So I want to begin by clearing backlog. So interesting layers coming coming through, interesting layers coming through, clarity into these deeper, interesting layers, opening and arising. We want to clear any negative divestment energy and pain body constructs. And we want to eliminate disappointments from the past. All right, so that's just to take the top off there. All right, we're going to go into healing point number 1. Cleansing the pattern of resuscitating and recycling of old fear scenarios from the past. Initiating an invitation to receive the truth. Clearing any inclination to treat these old fear scenarios and these patterns of resuscitating these old fear scenarios. So clearing our inclination to treat them as if they are real right here and right now, as if they're happening right here, right now. Want to clear mistaken application and clearing disappointment venues and avenues. Clearing being in reaction to a false reality that is already long gone. So it's false because it's not here anymore. So we want to clear the being in reaction to something that is long over. And hang with that for a bit longer. Clear delineation and discernment. Optimizing pure opportunity, clarity, reclaiming clarity as to what is an opportunity. And taking those opportunities. Reclaiming our capacity to deal with what is real right here, right now. And that means cutting through any illusions. Namely, these false old fear scenarios that our mind keeps replaying. So reclaiming our capacity to deal with what is real right here, right now. And to see the present time people, circumstances, and going-ons as they really are. So not overlaying old impressions, wounds, traumas. Okay, so we want to clear on this. I'll try to get the words as best as I can, but trying to set the past right. It's already gone. It's over. There's nothing to set right. It's about choosing to live in our full power and sovereignty right now. We want to clear an overlay reaction point. Clearing an overlay reaction point. Disassembly of pathological imprinting. Notoriety reclaiming true amplitude and true impact, true positive impact that we have in this world, in our lives. Great, which leads us into perfect segue into healing point number 2. Reclaiming elegance in mental operations. When you think of a quicksilver, graceful dancer, ballet dancer, or a very effective karate master, you can apply that visual to our mental operations. Reclaiming elegance in mental operations. gentleness and firmness in redirecting our mind to higher pathways, yielding higher results and positive results, and redirecting our minds away from detrimental dead ends. We want to clear slipping into pain sequences of old, past pattern interplay, reactionary response. I'm going to do a clearing there. So once again, redirecting our minds away from detrimental dead ends. We can easily recognize these dead end thought pathways. So number one, they are recycled, meaning we've experienced these or something very much like them in the past. They're not new, they're not fresh. It's basically the same thing over and over again. So that's number one way that you can recognize them. So then you can choose not to allow them to play out in your mind. These dead end detrimental thought pathways are brought back over and over again. They're the same old story, same old players, and same old emotions trapped in time and space. You may get new players or new elements to fulfill those roles, but yet it's the same storyline and the same ambiance. So that's number one, how you can tell and choose something better. So number two, they always elicit an unconscious, negative, disempowered feeling within us. And number three, they always elicit the same old urgent, reactive response from us. It's like taking out the old VHS player, this from the way back, and putting in those, I don't even know what you call them, those cartridges, VHS cartridges, and choosing to watch the same thing over and over. So basically, these processes assist us to throw away and get a sledgehammer and get rid of that VHS player. I'm going to sit with that a little longer. Disassembling these old drama resuscitation devices. Awakening our skill set to see through them and choose something else, something better. Mainly fresh thinking, fresh thought pathways, fresh means of interpretation, and connecting to our divine intelligence in the present moment. So becoming conscious of these clues and choosing to not allow ourselves to be manipulated by detrimental dead end thought cycles. Choosing our own free will and autonomy to make a better choice and create a higher outcome. Clearing environmental pathways of old. There's a lot there, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Disassembling these. Clearing pathological imprinting and imprinted design features. Okay, these are old and new. If they're not in our highest and best good, I'm going to do a releasing removal of them. Great. Healing point number 3, removing forced occupancy ritual events. Independence, reframe and regaining our true independence. Basically kicking out negative energy squatters that are living rent-free in your mind. Masquerading as your true thought cycling, your true thought processes. All right, I want to clear over amplification devices and signaling that these things have activated. It's like your neighbor has the radio station set to, I don't know, annoying heavy metal rock or something, old heavy from the 80s. And they've got the volume turned way up. And so we want to turn down the volume and ask them to turn it, or maybe go over the sledgehammer and break their machine. All right, so we're clearing. We're going to hang out there and clear longer. Right, so reclaiming the holding space within. Frequency attunement methodology, upgrading and resequencing to your higher vibration, optimal higher vibration. We want to clear away negative input and stand firm in our exalted frequency within. Reclaiming our high vibration, high frequency holding space within, standing firm and vibrating firmly, strongly from here, and being a strong guardian of your mind. Now, there's a lot of thought sequences. This is different from what we were talking about. There's a lot of thought sequences that come in and we think they're ours, but they're not. They come from external sources. They're not our thoughts. It's not our own cognitive processing that's occurring. These are implanted thoughts. And so we want to do a massive healing for all of us to be able to discern and drop them. It's like, oh, no, that's not my thought. That's not my agenda. That's not where my life, I want my life to be going. I'm going to drop it. It's not true. I'm not going to give it any credence or any attention or any energy or any focus. So really upping our recognition of these false implanted thought sequences that are not our own. Standing firm, being a strong guardian of your mind, guarding from both external and internal detrimental influences. The external are malicious broadcasts from unknown and not nice sources, and the internal are from our old wounds. Great, next healing point, releasing old pathways of thought that interfere with the implementation of the new directions your being is desiring to take, and liberating your mind, your mental pathways, and your manifestation pathways to take on and implement these new exalted directions. These old or external thought path suggestions can be so convincing. But do not be convinced. and they're not as strong or as big or as finite, final as they energetically purport to be. They present themselves as all-knowing, omniscient, the great, powerful Oz. And really, it's just a guy behind a curtain. That came through in the decontamination group session. It's just a little old dude behind a curtain with the big amplification technology. It's not big, it's not real. It doesn't have any power over you unless you let it. Great, so reaffirming and solidifying the new directions, the exalted directions that your being is desiring to take, that your soul is desiring to manifest and bring forth for you in your life. Great. And like I said earlier, these implanted thoughts, they can have very strong emotionality tied to them. That's how they penetrate. So discerning that, just because something has strong or high emotionality doesn't make it more real or more substantive. It's all farce. Great. We're going to do a full body cleanse on this. Excellent. Yeah. So cleaning them out, doing a full body, sweeping them out, purging them out. So I'm going to go back and reiterate, releasing, removing, expelling old pathways of thought and emotions that interfere with the implementation of the new directions your being is desiring to take. These detrimental thoughts occur right before you are starting to be free from them. So they come in very strong and do their darnest to try to convince you that you must re-choose those storylines of the past and give up the new positive reality that you are creating, that you are getting ready to launch into. So they get loudest and ugliest right before the turning, right before the launching to the new and high vibration, positive reality. They strike when you are on the precipice of breaking out of them. And this is a very critical point in time and space because you are mere nano inches from your breakthrough. So hold firm, hold clear, and persevere. This is the time to buckle down and barrel through, get more solid and firm with the positive new reality and not buckle to pressure. Keep your eyes on the prize and keep taking those little but very important critical steps towards your next highest exalted expression. Standing strong in your full guardianship of your mind, of your emotional body, of your nervous system, and persevering to your victory. Great, so we're now bringing our session to a close. Thank you so much for tuning into Pure Soul Alchemy. I highly recommend that you listen to this session repeatedly. This will take the effects of the session and your healing further and deeper. To schedule an individual session and for more information, visit www.puresoulalchemy.com. Have a wonderful day.